All right, guys. Sorry for the delay. We're going to allow a couple of minutes just to make sure that everyone can join us. But we do have the presentation now, and you can see me now. So I think it will be better for all of us. Let me double check that everyone's able to see me. That's great. Let me double check that everyone's able to see me. Perfect. Okay, let's get started now. I'm sorry for the delay again. Let's get started with this. So we're going to talk about today about the weddings and sales funnels and how we can build this roadmap from leads to bookings. So let's get started. Perfect. Okay, so if you don't know, a sales funnel is a framework designed to guide these potential clients or leads through a journey from this initial awareness to this purchase decision. So at the top of the funnel, you can see that we have a broad audience of leads who might be interested in your wedding services, but might be interested in your competition as well. So these people is still doing the research. They're still learning about you, your services, as well as your competition and their services. So this will be the awareness stage where you can create this captivating content and engage on social media, initiate conversations, and introduce your brand just to stand up from your competition. So as the leads move down the funnel, you notice that you might lose a little bit of those leads, but you will enter in that interaction stage. Here, you will provide this valuable information. Could be these freebies such as blog posts, videos, guides, checklists, something that will provide this stronger connection and establish yourself as an expert in the wedding industry to let them know that you know what you know. You will provide information about your services, helping them to make an informed decision. So then we have the third stage, which is the interest stage. This is where you're guiding your clients towards taking that action. You will offer compelling call to actions, personalized offers, streamlined booking processes to encourage them to choose your services over your competitors. And finally, we have the last stage, which is the action stage. And this is where you become or they become your paying clients. And this is usually the onboarding process. So we discussed that on our last call, and that could be also automated, as we said. But basically, you will be finalizing those details in this stage, where it can include signing the contracts, paying and deposits, booking times and dates for that wedding. So in essence, this sales funnel will allow your clients to be nurtured, and you will be nurturing this relationship with these potential clients at every stage of this journey, and hopefully ultimately transforming this into loyal clients. The good thing about, or the one of the unique things about the wedding industry in this case is that we don't have them as a recurring client most of the times. So we want to make sure that even though we still want to do this excellent customer journey and user experience, we do want to have loyal clients, because these clients will become these people that will refer your services in the future and build up your social proof. So we'll still need these loyal clients to make sure that everyone shares a positive feedback from your services. So this will help you streamline these marketing efforts, engage with leads effectively, and drive these conversions in this industry, which is very competitive. So as you can probably see, we will need this sales funnel for different reasons. One of them is because this purchase cycle is not instant versus other purchase cycles, such as buying a at the groceries, right? So these leads will need nurturing. they will need to build this trust, because as we know, this is the most important day of their life. So they want to do their research and they want to make sure they know who you are and why you are the best option for them. This sales funnel will also allow you to visualize the steps much easier, and not only automate them, but also track and identify any of these steps if they need revision or an upgrade in the future. Even though this is a set up once and kind of forget kind of thing, we want to make sure we always keep track of the KPIs, of these key performance indicators, to make sure to tweak if necessary, create revisions, upgrade, or just change the language if needed as well, in case you rebrand or you need to adjust to the market. All right, so I do have here, and I will share this with you as well as the workbook. These are the tools that I usually build with. You will probably need a couple of different tools and steps to create these sales funnels. One is the email marketing tool. It could be a free one, it could be a paid one. My recommendation is usually Active Campaign. It's the one that works for me the best. Then landing pages, you will absolutely can use your website. You don't need to pay any extra tools such as ClickFunnels or expensive tools that might make everything more expensive. You can use your website. Just make sure that you remove any other call to actions to avoid distractions, such as the menu, the footer, your logo, and everything else. Just make sure it's branded, but don't have any distractions in the freebie and sales pages. And then you will not have to create this freebie or social media content. I recommend Canva. This works very well. And as we said on our last call, I used to onboard my clients to Psado. This is really easy and it's very friendly for newbies as well. So I'm sure you'll be able to do it on your sleep as well. Okay. So these are the steps of the funnel. We built with these 4 stages, basically. The freebie stage, where we create this awareness and we want to make sure we show them that you know what you're sharing and you're an expert in your industry. After that freebie is shared and this potential client is interested in that freebie, you will send them a trigger email sequence. First, to send that freebie that you promised, and then to nurture that email, to nurture that those leads. After this email sequence, they will give them the choice to purchase and they will do it or not. And then you can upsell them after they purchase. So I guess that here we have 2 possible journeys, right? They buy and we lead them to a thank you page for an upsell, or they don't buy and you keep nurturing them, hopefully to sell them later or to downsell some of your services as well. So it could be either or, and you can also create a funnel to downsell them in the future. We're going to go through that as well. So this is the first stage of this funnel, and this is the one I call just freebie, because it's where this hopefully the starting point when you start this relationship with your leads. So a freebie is typically a valuable resource or tool. That's something you can offer for free in exchange for their contact information or engagement. This way you can provide immediate value and build a relationship with this target audience. This freebie has to be so good that your audience can't believe they can get it for free, and they will adding your email address would be a no-brainer. So make sure that you think that freebie very carefully. Some of these examples could be a venue worksheet or a client questionnaire template or a wedding emergency kit checklist, something that provides a lot of value to your audience and to this potential client. and they want it, right? In the workbook that I'll share later, you'll find many examples and many ideas to start building your own freebie. So it should be okay with it. And also I sent and I attached a couple of them here to send. It could be a guide, it could be many things. It could be a free course, whatever you feel your audience would be interested in, basically. All right. So this is the second step of this funnel. Here we teach them the why, but not the how. Basically, it's your wedding service, right? So they can purchase that from you. This sequence can be as short or as long as you wish, but I recommend 5 emails and send them every other day or every 2, 3 days. And have a big or a small call to action on each email. So at least you get something from it, from every email. So the email number 1 from this recommendation is the freebie delivery. So this is where you send them what you promised in this freebie page. And you can prompt, you don't need to have right away a big call to action. We don't want that just yet, but we can prompt them to follow you on social media or to read your blog or whatever you feel like it's a small call to action, but it could be very significant to you. The second email is basically the who am I? This is where you share your social proof, your experience, your story, your background, the why and the how, your team, your business, everything that can show these leads that you know what you're doing and you're an expert in your industry. So you want to establish that connection and that trust in that second email. The third email is usually what I like to share, a personal story or something that might be significant to build that connection with them. You will, and maybe you can let them know in this personal story, hopefully, that this was what led you to create this product or service you're about to sell them as well. So they know a little bit more about why you're offering those services and why you think you are able to offer them their service in a better way than your competitors. I will also recommend adding a limited time offer to create a sense of urgency when you start introducing that product. So they'll have a better idea of, or building this sense of urgency will help them to decide as soon as possible as well, right? Over your competitors. Then we have the win or review email. And this is basically sharing a little bit more information about this product, such as the inclusions, the results, share perhaps a testimonial or a win from one of your previous clients to build a little bit more of social proof. I'll let them know that the timer is still ticking, so they need to make sure they do this, they lead them to this purchase, right? Since we're adding this limited time offer, you can always offer your services, but that limited time offer could be a discount or an extra valuable resource or an extra consultation call or whatever you feel like could be a little extra to make them take that decision as soon as possible. And the last email is basically, hey, time is running out. We want to still keep building that sense of urgency, letting them know that after today or tomorrow, that bonus won't be available anymore. So they'll want to purchase as soon as possible. The promotion ends, the discount ends. So just it's kind of like our last time to convince them to take the leap before the promotion ends and before them picking your competitors, right? Basically. I added also in the workbook here a template for all these steps. You'll find all these steps, all the emails, and you can have a little bit of a better idea of how to write them down and how to structure those emails in an easy way. So basically just kind of plug your content in there. Okay. Then we have the sales page. This will be after, and you will be probably linking this sales page to emails 3, 4, and 5, which is like the story, the personal story that leads them to the product, the testimonial, and the time is running up email. The first two emails of the email sequence, I would recommend not adding this call to action just yet, because you're trying to build the trust and we don't want them to feel that we're selling them right away. So I do have a couple of recommendations for this sales page, and I also added in the workbook the formula to build this sales page and have a little bit of a better structure and tips to build this yourself, so you don't have to hire anyone. So the first thing I would recommend is just trying to add the call to action above the fold. And above the fold is basically that screen that you see without having to scroll down at all. So this is basically taken from when we used to read newspapers. It's the first fold of the newspaper, and we don't need to open the newspaper to read the call to action. So we want to have that call to action right away. As you can see here in this example, the call to action is there, easy to find, easy to read, and it has to stand up, right? Another important thing about the call to action is that we want to make sure that you only have one call to action in your sales page. We don't want to distract them with any other call to action, such as open this link here to watch another video outside of your sales page or YouTube, or click here to read more testimonials. We don't want to take them from the sales page, because that's where we want their attention, right? This is where the audience needs to be and read and get this content from. So I will also recommend adding a little bit more spacing between sections and make it very easy to read, because usually when the lead is not finding the information easily to consume and to process, they basically leave or they check any other websites, and hopefully it's not your competitors, but we want to make sure that this is and creates a great user experience. Also, I added a couple of them here in the presentation. If you can introduce yourself in a video, would be great. We don't want to add big bodies of text and make it harder for them, as we said, to read. And just make sure it's easy. You have images, you create a good user experience and make it easier for them to process that information. For example, I'm not sure if I have here. No, I don't. I created in this formula for the sales page something like we want to make sure we first share their pain points, that issue they're having, and why they're researching, and how did they end up in your sales page or in your funnels, right? We want to make sure we know and we share that we know what the pain points are and what are the benefits they're getting from your product or your offer, your service. Then we add as well a call to action. You can add details if you have a course, if you have service, what are the next steps, what's included in your service, what isn't. If you have screenshots or reviews, written videos or screenshot, whatever you can share, add it there as well. Make sure you add the call to action more than once, so people don't have to scroll up and down to find where to buy from you, and they always have it there, easy to find. Write a little bit more information about you, why you're there, why you're selling the service, what did you study, what's your background, you have a team, why do you know what you know. Also, something really important is probably to share, this is for you if you're looking for this, but if you're looking for that, it might not be the best service for you. Also, if you have any frequently asked questions or anything that might help your client make the decision without having to email you to ask for more information. You want to lay it down all there in an easy way and in a fast way to read it and to process. And then if you have any extra information you want to add, such as refund policy, bonuses, or anything else that might need to add this extra bonus to make that decision and pick you versus your competitors, I think you can add it at the bottom. and make sure that you also add a call to action at the bottom as well, right? When the sales page finishes. All right. So the last page is this thank you page. We're going to assume that this person decided to buy your services, and if they didn't, we can discuss that a little later, but basically we can read, or we can have two possible journeys: they buy or they don't, and we can easily identify them in our CRM system with some tagging. It could be active campaign for the emails, or it could be dupsado for the onboarding. So if you have the ones, every time that someone purchased from you can assign a tag, and the ones that don't have that tag is basically the ones that didn't purchase from you. So if they proceed with the purchase, you can automatically assign that tag, so you can know internally with you and your team that they are a customer and that product has been purchased from you. You can start on the onboarding process from there as well. If they don't proceed to purchase, meaning they don't have that tag, you can trigger another nurture sequence if you want to, of course, where you can potentially sell them that same service later on in a couple of months or a couple of weeks. Or you can downsell them to another product with the kind of the same products, same service, but less value, maybe a little less inclusions. In this case, we will assume that they purchase a product has been purchased from you. So they will go to the checkout page, or they will go to this, they will ask you for a proposal perhaps. And after the proposal, they'll go to the checkout page where they can complement their purchase with another product or services for a discounted price, right? You can also upsell them in this thank you page to another product or service if you want to. Research indicates that this is where the customer, because now it's your customer, it's not your lead anymore, has its full attention. It's the highest within the entire search funnel. So it makes a prime opportunity to capitalize on it, right? So we want to make sure that we have another, or we always have another call to action. And every time that we have these short spans of time where the customer is actually paying 100% of their attention to you, we always have something else to offer. Okay. Last but not least, we do have the KPIs. And the KPIs is basically the key performance indicators. And here's when we track um, all these little steps of the funnel to make sure that it's working. And if it isn't, what needs to be fixed. This will allow you not to only learn how good your funnel is, but also what steps need to be tweaked, as I said, and you can tweak them weekly or monthly as you go. Keep in mind that there isn't a perfect formula for sales funnel for every business. It will depend on your audience, your business, your location, your target. There's a lot of different things that might change from time to time as well, not only because of your market in particular, but also that market can change from time to time. So we want to make sure we update it with the latest marketing trends. This will provide you with results for each step of your funnel to test and try new techniques, maybe tweak the copy, create new videos, maybe change the freebie or the sales page layout to make it easier for them, see what the client experience feedback is, if the pricing is the right one, and any other aspects of your funnel. As you can probably see here, I left and a little note here letting you know that I also created a template for you to check your KPIs that can be easily tweaked for your business or for these KPIs, since sometimes the KPIs might not be the same for each business either. We want to make sure we track the right KPIs for each business on this industry. All right, I'm not sure if I'm checking now and we do not have any questions just yet. But if you have any, feel free to send them to me on the comments, not sure what they are, but feel free to send me your questions. And if you're watching the replay and you still want to ask me questions, please just feel free to email me at mariana at weddingacademyglobal.com, and I'll get back to you via email or message or private message, whatever you want to find me. And I'm also attaching here the workbook so you can download it and start using all these templates and everything else for your business. All right. Great. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm not seeing any questions, so I'll get some questions via email and talk to you soon. Let's see.